This just in. We have all been sold a highly profitable, incredibly polished Silicon Valley fairy tale. When you type a prompt into your favorite generative software, the tech giants want you to imagine a cold, humming supercomputer in a pristine server room, magically doing billions of mathematical calculations in a fraction of a second. But according to a brilliant, deeply disturbing expose by Jason Kubler at 404 Media, the actual engine powering this technological revolution is significantly less glamorous. It turns out that the artificial intelligence is largely just a massive marketing term for a very old, very ugly business model. Finding the cheapest, most desperate human labor on the planet and working them until they completely break. Before you hand your entire customer service department over to a chatbot, we need to look under the hood of the machine. The reality of how these tools are actually trained will completely destroy your faith in the software, and it proves exactly why trying to build an authentic brand on top of this technology is a massive strategic failure. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Vicky Sidler, a story brand certified guide and duct tape marketing strategist from the Strategic Marketing Tribe. And I help small business owners like you build failure-proof marketing by focusing on the exact 20% of effort that drives 80% of the results. All so that your marketing stops feeling like a miserable second job you never asked for. I believe your absolute greatest competitive advantage is simply sounding undeniably human. Because, let's be honest, if you are using generative tools to write your marketing copy, you are just laundering generic text through an exhausted digital sweatshop. You have to reclaim your actual voice. So download my 5-minute marketing fix to spot exactly where your messaging sounds dangerously artificial so you can start selling with authentic human clarity. Okay, now with that out of the way, who is actually answering your chatbot prompts? If you think your late night customer service queries are being handled by a sterile, hyper-advanced mathematical algorithm, you are falling for the greatest PR illusion of the decade. Kubler's reporting introduces us to Michael Geoffrey Asia, a worker in Kenya who spent his days doing the manual, grueling labor that makes AI look smart. For 8 consecutive hours a day, Michael stared at his laptop, annotating horrific pornographic content frame by frame for an AI data labeling company. When that grueling shift ended, he logged into his second job. He was the human labor hiding behind an AI sex bot. His boss was literally an algorithm that dictated which persona he had to instantly adopt to trick lonely users in the United States. He had to rapidly pretend to be a woman, a straight man, or a gay man, furiously typing out responses to maintain the illusion that the customer was talking to a highly advanced, responsive piece of software. The psychological toll of pretending to be a robot, pretending to be a human, is completely devastating. After months of this, Michael developed severe insomnia, crippling PTSD, and total physical numbness that nearly destroyed his marriage. He eventually broke and helped form the Data Labelers Association to fight back. The entire facade of this trillion-dollar technological revolution rests completely on the breaking point of exploited human beings. So why is Silicon Valley hiding the sweatshops? There's a very specific, highly deliberate reason the glossy keynote presentations from tech billionaires never include photos of their actual operational headquarters. Data labelers are the invisible, exhausted foundation of the entire tech industry. They train, refine, and moderate the outputs of the tools made by the largest companies in the world. Yet they earn just a few dollars a day and have received absolutely none of the financial upside of the AI boom. At a recent labor organizing event in Nairobi, a speaker named Angela perfectly articulated the grim reality. She pointed out that this is just a modern digital version of the British Imperial East Africa Company. Massive, wealthy multinationals like Meta, Apple, and Google set up opaque contracting systems to dominate the local labor force. The workers are treated as highly disposable cogs at the absolute bottom of a deeply unfortunate supply chain. When you drive through Nairobi's central business district, you pass massive complexes housing companies like Sama, a firm that has contracted with tech giants to provide data annotation. Sama has been sued repeatedly for low pay and for actively causing PTSD in its workforce. You are being sold a utopian vision of the future that is secretly powered by a dystopian reality. And that deception is bleeding directly into your own business. So how does this illusion affect your marketing strategy? Well, every time you use an automated tool to generate a piece of content, you are importing that exact same culture of cheap, hollow deception straight into your brand. When you use artificial intelligence to write your website copy, draft your emails, or handle your customer interactions, you are not leveraging a brilliant supercomputer. You are leveraging the tired, frantic keystrokes of an underpaid worker in a developing nation who was forced to classify millions of data points until their brain went numb. This is exactly why the output always feels so incredibly hollow. The software doesn't understand human connection. It is just a statistical prediction engine built on top of traumatized manual labor. It is a cheap imitation all the way down the supply chain. If you want to survive in a market that is rapidly drowning in this kind of automated corporate slop, you have to offer your clients the exact opposite. You must offer them undeniable, well-rested, highly authentic human expertise. You do not need another tool to help you fake a relationship. You need a system that highlights your actual value. That is why I built the 5-minute marketing fix. It is a rapid diagnostic weapon that helps you strip the hollow outsourced jargon out of your sales funnels, allowing you to clearly communicate your unique human brilliance to the exact clients who are desperate for the real thing. Stop losing sales. Download the fix now. You can get it for free in the description below or go to strategicmarketingtribe.com/fix. But what about you? What is the absolute worst piece of outsourced work you have ever received? I'll go first. I once outsourced a graphic design task to a cheap online agency, and they proudly sent back a low-res JPEG that still had the Getty Images watermark completely visible across the middle. Okay, your turn. What outsourcing disaster did you immediately regret? Let me know in the comments. I'm Vicky Sidler from the Strategic Marketing Tribe, and I post helpful news updates for small businesses every day.